Okay, so now we actually have microphones on the system. We were playing music over the video, but we do have mics now. So swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Johnson on the changeup, gets the out. So I'll lead it off again with what we started with. Julie Johnson flies out to left field in foul territory. Kobe Kelly joining me here on the broadcast tonight. Appreciate him being here. Talon Lawrence, the batter now, also playing catcher for the Eagles. So what I led with was my daughter Callie went to the hospital from pregame warm-ups before they left campus. So she's over there watching, wanted me to definitely come broadcast so she could see what's going on. Kobe's helping me out tonight while Alan Wade's off traveling watching his daughter Kristen play softball up in Kansas. Talon swings and misses for a strike there. Fouls that one straight back, brings the count to a ball and 2 strikes on her.
The first one, Corey, as far as a foul ball, any other park, that had been a foul ball by 40 yards, but the wind caught it and pulled it back over nearly to fair.
That is true. We've got for sure 25 mile an hour winds.
Gale force.
And you've seen it there. The left fielder having to drift over a little bit extra to make that play. She was under it. The wind caught it and moved it over. She moves over, makes the catch for out 3. Gale force is probably the appropriate term for what's going on tonight. I'm gonna send a link over here so Callie and Crystal can pick this up and watch it. Eagles no runs, no hits on the first inning. So let me.
You know, did a little research. Their pitcher here is a true freshman. Did a fantastic job that first inning there.
Yes, she did. Well, why can't I get rid of I don't want to hear myself. There we go. Now I'm not hearing myself, thank goodness. Gracie Kimbrell is going to be the pitcher for the Eagles. Lawrence the catcher. Julie Johnson at third. Emily Farmer in at short. Sydney Johnson over at second. Marley Hinesley is at first. Kylie Linton in right. It's going to be freshman Jordan Alexander in center field, and Faith Johnson sliding over to left field for the game. So Faith had been playing center field up until tonight. Freshman Jordan Alexander getting her first start of the year. Linton, who had been playing left, slides over to play right, and then Farmer is the new starter in place of Erie, who is out for this first game for sure tonight.
It's going to be pretty intense in the outfield tonight because any pop-up is going to be very difficult to catch considering the wind is seriously about 35, 40 miles an hour. So you can always train for the sun, but you can't always train for the wind during practice. So they're going to have to really make an adjustment tonight.
Okay. Leading off the game for the Devil Dogs, number 25, Lauren Reynolds. First pitch to her is down and in for ball 1. Kobe, I'm going to step back here and grab a chopper to second baseman Sydney Johnson over to Hinesley for the out at first.
Okay. Gracie Kimbrell starts out throwing really well. Good ground ball here. We're trying to actually get a notepad of who the Morrilton players are as we speak. But
it's going to be Libby Shipp, number 9, batting for the Devil Dogs with 1 out. First pitch to her is a ball. Kimbrell delivers. Strike 2 on the inside corner. Shipp offers at that one.
1-1.
I can't keep up with anything. You go ahead and correct me if I. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate it. Getting some help from one of the Morrilton managers here. Shipp fouls it off down the left field line. Just narrowly foul there. That one didn't get up quite high enough for the wind to affect it, Kobe.
That is true. I believe this player right here looks up some information on her. I believe she's going to Line College next year. She had signed there, so real good softball player.
So Kimbrell delivers, pop up to the third baseman, Julie Johnson, who has it for out 2. It's going to bring up number 4, Gracie Farrell, for the Devil Dogs.
Good to see Gracie stepping in, throwing a lot of strikes right off the bat and getting ahead of the hitters.
Oh, definitely. The Eagles have spent a lot of time this year battling from behind in the count. It's pretty tough, as you see Farrell swing and miss for strike 1.
Swing and a miss on strike 2.
That one just a bit outside, as Euchre would say. Just a bit outside. A ball and 2 strikes there as the curveball gets away from Kimbrell. Even the count up at 2-2 now on the batter.
Corey, I'm pretty thankful we're in this booth tonight.
Oh, yeah, I threw some extra clothes in the truck just in case I was going to have to stand outside. You see the 2-hopper there to Julie Johnson. Over to Hinesley for out 3 and ends the inning as the Devil Dogs score no runs on no hits and no Vilonia errors. So score 0-0 here after an inning of play, and neither team really getting a whole lot going with the bats there early, Kobe.
No, they're not. The pitchers are throwing strikes, no walks, put it in play. Julie Johnson, a freshman at third base, played the hop there perfect with a AstroTurf infield, made a strong throw, did a fantastic job.
That's right. I am looking up. I'm going to Max Preps here so I can get a roster. Since you did some research here, at least I'll know what position they put in they might play.
Yeah. Also, Morrilton's already. I think this is their 6th or 7th game. They're 5-1. I think North Little Rock beat them, which is a 7A powerhouse. It was 4-2. So they've had a really good start to their season here. As we're looking at all the fans that are freezing in the stands.
Good crowd tonight.
And Johnny Alexander's got his shorts on again.
Oh, that's every time. Like I said the last time, the only time I've ever seen him with pants on was at his daughter's wedding, and that was just a picture on Facebook. I didn't actually get to see it with my own eyes.
It's probably cropped.
Could have been photoshopped, maybe.
Photoshopped.
Yeah. So Gracie Kimbrell leads off, swings at the first pitch changeup. I'm sure Coach Sullivan is not a fan of that. I've heard him say that many times. Early in the count, we don't want to go for those. 0-1 on Kimbrell now. Doesn't go for the changeup on the second pitch, though. That misses up and out. 1-1 now on Kimbrell. Curveball's going to miss up and away for ball 2. 2-1 count now on Kimbrell. McKenna Keaton, the freshman pitcher. Did you know her name, or did you just know she was a freshman?
I looked it up a little bit earlier today, kind of their stats, and seen that she was, their main pitcher, and I asked a young lady up here, and she verified that. But true freshman, plays summer ball out of a team out of Memphis area.
Oh, okay, yeah. Swing and a miss by Kimbrell, strike 3, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Eagles. So that'd be the Germantown Devils there.
Correct.
Out of the Memphis area. Very familiar with them. Brings up senior number 14, first baseman Marley Hinesley for the Eagles. So the first pitch to Hinesley misses off the outside corner for ball 1. Swing and a foul ball off of Hinesley's forehead. That's why we wear helmets and face masks.
That's the attention getter.
Oh, yeah.
Corey, if you could get one up in the outfield and right center, I think it would land in Vilonia the way the wind is blowing right now.
It's a definite possibility. Strike 2 now on Hinesley. Takes that one. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and out number 2 for the Eagles. Keaton continues to keep the Eagle batters off of balance here in the top of the second inning. It's going to be Faith Johnson batting now for the Eagles, senior left fielder. Pitch is going to miss off the inside corner for ball 1. I will get a scoreboard up on the screen at some point in the near future. Johnson swings and misses at that pitch for strike 1. It's going to even the count up at the ball and a strike. Johnson stands in that time and swings, fouls it back. I guess that hit the net.
I think it did.
I thought it was going to get out over the third base dugout there. Hits the backstop net and comes back in play. A ball and 2 strikes now on Faith. Pop up by Faith down third base line. And that is going to be a foul ball. Umpire says actually, I guess that was the shortstop. Touched it over foul territory. And Kobe, the third baseman, was out nearly to the backstop. Thought she was under the ball. The wind catches it, brings it all the way back to what Coach Sullivan thinks is fair territory where the shortstop touches it. Umpire rules it foul. So Faith lives to see another pitch here on an awkward play.
Nearly had a single out of that.
Indeed she did. Now I've forgotten how to spell Morrilton here momentarily. Swing and a foul straight back over us. That one, we think it's going to stay out of play. Doesn't come back, so yeah.
The more pitches she sees, the better off it's going to be right here. Hoping she can put one in the gap right here, Corey.
Takes a ball down and away. Evens the count up at 2 apiece now.
I believe Alan Wade's up in Kansas watching Kristen play. Is that correct?
Correct. Crowder was playing Independence Community College today. They won the swing and a miss by Faith Johnson. Strike 3, out 3 for the Eagles, and the hitting woes for this game so far continue, Kobe. But yes, playing at Independence Community College today. Kristen Wade hit a grand slam. I did hear about that. Crowder won game 1, 11-1. Didn't get a report on game 2. I know Alan's probably watching, so send it in, Bubba, and I'll say what happened.
Congratulations to her. She had a fantastic high school career. Now she's carrying it on to the next level at junior college, and she keeps putting the numbers up like she is right now. She'll be in a Division I in a couple of years. We'll be hearing about her quite a bit.
All right, so there's the score. Bottom of the second now. No score for either team. Due up for the Devil Dogs is going to be Shelby Tyndall, McKenna Keaton, and Alyssa Sparks. 4, 5, 6 hitters in their lineup.
Shelby Tyndall's a fantastic athlete. Plays volleyball. Also played a lot of softball with the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes,
well, she was
okay.
one growing up. So played with her, played against her quite a bit. Good athlete.
I'm familiar with that name. That was a little bit younger than my daughter. We never played against them, but familiar with that name for certain. Kimbrell continues to pitch. No defensive changes for the Eagles at any other position. And here we go in the bottom of the second. Kimbrell misses down and away for ball 1. There's not a good sight line in this press box, Kobe. You stand up, this part of the window's in your way. You sit down. I can't see over my computer screen. I'm having issues here.
But you know it's 72 degrees in here.
You always got to look at the positive.
And it's extremely cold looking at them poor people in the stands right now.
Ball 2 misses off the outside corner of the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1 there. Brings the count to 2 balls and a strike on Tyndall. Another swing and a miss on a good curveball off the outside corner there by Kimbrell. Got Tyndall to chase just a little bit. Evens the count up at 2-2 now. That pitch is roped hard off the heel of the glove of third baseman Julie Johnson. Tyndall stumbles going around first. She's going to make it to second.
She left that just a little bit in the middle. The first couple pitches were inside, outside corners. That one's a little bit down the middle. She just made solid contact with it.
Yeah, it looked like she was trying to bring the screwball in and just didn't get it in on the hands enough. Tyndall a good piece of hitting to get the barrel around and get on it. So runner at second. McKenna Keaton, the pitcher, is the batter now. See what the freshman can do against Kimbrell. Drop ball misses down for ball 1.
That ball got to third base in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
It was in a hurry. I'm thankful she didn't get hit or hurt with that one right there.
Ball 2 misses outside. 2-0 count now on Keaton. Good job blocking the low pitch by Talon Lawrence, the catcher there. 3-0 now on Keaton. Gracie's going to need to do some work now to come back and not give up the free pass. Keaton swinging, went on 3-0 count, fouls it straight back.
Must have a lot of confidence, in the freshman to turn them loose on a 3-0 count like that.
Absolutely.
Be a good hitter.
You don't see a lot of green light in the game of high school softball on a 3-0 count. Keaton takes that one up and away for ball 4, and she gets the free pass. Runners at first and second now, no outs. We're going to have a courtesy runner here. Morgan Seimert's going to be the courtesy runner. She is number 2 for the pitcher Keaton. Up to bat now is number 26, Alyssa Sparks. So Eagles in a bit of a jam here at the bottom of the second inning. Kimbrell bears down and throws that one in there for a strike on the first pitch to Sparks.
A couple pitches ago, Corey Talon did an excellent job blocking that ball, and it's a lot different blocking on turf than it is grass or dirt.
You're absolutely right, Kobe. And the Eagles did have the fortune of, I guess you'd call it playing here last Monday night. We were on the field for 3 innings anyways. Don't really want to talk about the rest of it, but we have been out here just a bit. Foul ball there by Sparks. Hanging tough with an 0-2 count. Swing on the changeup and another foul. That was a good pitch, Kobe.
Excellent pitch right there. She was well on her front foot. She did a good job, piece of hitting right there, of just making contact and living to fight another day on this one. So Gracie needs to bear down right here so we can put some on the outside corner.
I do have a Crowder score report now. I'll wait till after this pitch and read that off to you. Another good pitch by Kimbrell. Gets her to chase up a little bit. Still gets a piece of it to foul it straight back and hang out at 0-2. Crowder's winning game 2, 19-6 versus Independence. Alumni Kristen Wade is 2 for 3 with a grand slam home run, a single, and a hit by pitch. So hopper back to Kimbrell. That's off her glove. She's going to go over to first. That's in time to get the out. Luckily there, as I don't think it was going to be a double play ball if it doesn't get off Kimbrell's glove. As fast as the turf plays, that ball was not hit hard enough to be a double play ball. So no harm, no foul there as we do get out 1, but the runners will move up to second and third. Batter's number 3, Mary Kate Kordsmeyer. Swings at the first pitch, fouls that off.
We faced her a couple weeks ago. She's a fantastic basketball player as well. So Morrilton had a good season, finished up, and now we're all playing softball.
That pitch catches enough of the outside corner to be a called strike. 0-2 count now on Kordsmeyer. I'm assuming you were talking about basketball. I was getting a Cali update there on the text. No appendicitis for her, so that is good news. I think they're going to be heading over this way in just a bit. I'm not 100% sure if she's going to try to play in game 2 or not. That pitch misses down for a ball and 2 strikes on Kordsmeyer now.
Corey, this right here is a big at bat. If we can get this out right here, that'll put 2 outs with runners on second, third, and we can just focus on the play at first. Gracie's done a great job of getting ahead right here. We just need her to bear down and make a good pitch right here and get out of this.
Good pitch there. Tries to get Kordsmeyer to chase a pitch that's up out of the zone. Try to get the pop up. Pop up, ground out, strike out. All that is good at the moment. There's the swing and a miss for strike 3. Good job, Gracie.
Now we can focus on the out. If we can get out of this right here with no runs, we can step up to the plate and hopefully start hitting the ball. Geez, Morrilton, they have put some good at-bats together. They're a pretty disciplined team. They've done a great job.
So the batter's going to be Maggie Ragland. She's number 11. Generous call by the umpire there. I felt like that one missed the outside corner a bit, but we'll take it nonetheless. Evens the count up at 1-1. Two balls and a strike now on Ragland. Good pitch there by Kimbrell. Evens the count up at 2-2 as Ragland swings and misses.
Big pitch right here if we can get out of this. 2s across the board.
I don't question the call at all. If she swings and gets a piece of that, she's going to corkscrew it out to first base at best. So good pitch on the 2-2 count. Full now. We're going to have to catch a little bit of the plate or be closer to get her to swing the bat here. There is the swing and a miss. Strike 3, out 3. Great pitch by Gracie Kimbrell. Kind of looked like a rise ball to me, Kobe.
It did. She throws really hard. She got a lot of movement on her pitches. Gracie is a transfer from North Little Rock. A great young woman, a great softball player, good hitter. I'm glad she moved up here to add a little depth to her pitching, and it's showing it tonight as we get through a couple of innings here. We just hope it continues and we get some runs on the board. But you've also, got to be impressed with the freshman pitcher from Morrilton. We've got a lot of upperclassmen here, and she's, I don't believe she's got any walks. She's moving the ball around a little bit, and she's done a fantastic job as well.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. I don't know how many freshmen are in the lineup for the Devil Dogs. I know we have 2 in our lineup, but definitely for a freshman to step into the circle in varsity action, just like your daughter did last year, a lot of times it's you like to see them succeed and have some do a good job against the upperclassmen and not be scared to get up there and compete.
And she's doing that tonight.
I got a CPU thing going on here. I'm trying to figure out what's bogging me down.
All right. Tori Wilbanks up to bat, number 22. She takes the first pitch, ball high. Called strike on the outside corner, like a changeup right there. Kind of Tori fooled just a little bit. Need something in a right side gap right now for a double or a triple.
That one's going to miss outside for ball 2. 2-1 now on Wilbanks. Wilbanks, the designated player tonight, hitting for the flex. Emily Farmer playing shortstop. That pitch is going to miss. Had to be low. I thought it caught the inside corner, so it had to be low. 3-1 now on Wilbanks.
We can see inside and outside, but up and down is kind of tough up here.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot to watch the game from. Just like you say, the up and down on the balls and strikes no good. You see Wilbanks take ball 4, and the Eagles have their first base runner of the evening. It's going to bring up number 2, the center fielder, freshman Jordan Alexander, for her first at bat of the evening. Takes the first pitch up and out for ball 1. And, Kobe, I got to wonder how many times Wilbanks has ran the bases in her 4 years of high school softball.
We're about to find out.
Yeah. Yeah, you see Alexander foul that one straight back over the backstop to even it up at 1-1. Wilbanks typically in the circle when she's in the game, so she always gets the courtesy runner, but not the case tonight. She's going to have to do it for herself.
Personally, I hope she's really good at it.
Me too. Swing and a miss by Alexander. Fooled her there on a little bit of a changeup up and in there. Got her to chase that. A ball and 2 strikes on her.
And changeup looks like volleyballs coming up there, as slow as they are and big as they are. It's just kind of hard to lay off of them at times.
She's going to get a piece of that one and foul it straight back. Yeah, I didn't even like a baseball changeup, and a softball changeup looks way more funkier than a baseball changeup ever did to me.
And it's yellow.
Well, that's the worst part about it. Alexander's going to get one down in right field. Wilbanks is going to take second. She holds there, as she had to hold up just to make sure the right fielder didn't get a glove on it. So a good bit of hitting by the freshman Alexander with the first base hit of the game for the Eagles. Now we have runners at first and second with no outs, and senior right fielder Kylie Linton up to the plate.
I wouldn't be surprised if we try to get something to get these runners over to second and third, as far as both pitchers are throwing really well. Got no outs right now, so we've got a senior up the plate. I'd like to see her do something to put the ball in play and get them around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt. And you've got Julie Johnson on deck over there, who had a couple of monster hits in the game against Benton the other night. So she can swing it for a freshman, try to move them over and steal a couple here in the top of the third. There was the attempt at the bunt. Going to try to steal the base, and you know, I think if Tori would have just went in there straight, she probably gets in there, because the shortstop was kind of turned around just a little bit.
She was, and a lot of that may go back to, as far as not being able to run quite a bit and getting a jump on the ball, because she didn't know if the ball was fouled or hit, because she was trying to put it in play.
So Wilbanks thrown out stealing at third. Linton strikes out on that pitch. So we've gone from first and second no outs to a runner on second with 2 outs in 2 pitches.
That changed pretty quick.
It did. Now, runner still in scoring position. Jordan Alexander can run the bases. I've seen her do it. If Johnson gets one out in the gap, we're scoring that run. There's a good swing that's going to be well foul. Well, it wasn't as well foul as I thought it was going to be. The wind comes into play yet again.
You know, I watched Julie Johnson bat several times, and even when she gets out, she has quality at bats. She puts, she's got a good swing, good head on her shoulders for a freshman. That's pretty big.
That one's going to be fouled straight back over the press box for strike 2. 0-2 now on Johnson. She's going to be battling.
She's going to have to choke up and be ready for a changeup or anything outside right here.
Takes that pitch well up out of the top of the strike zone. Swing and a miss. Catcher unable to hold it.
Foul ball.
Foul ball, huh? Okay, well, the way Julie busted out of there, I thought she missed it. Again, we're behind glass here. Thankfully, because of the wind, we can't hear anything on a foul tip. I thought it was a swing and a miss. I was hoping she was going to swipe first there. Pitcher comes back in on her. She fouls it out of play over the third base dugout.
She got another good at bat going right here, Corey.
So Johnson still battling. A ball and 2 strikes on her. Here's the pitch. She's going to take that one down for ball 2. Kobe, just like you said, quality at-bats out of the young freshman here so far this year. And what we were able to see in the fall when she was playing with us in the fall as well. She's going to take ball 3 that's down in the dirt. Full count now, so she's went from 0-2 on the first 2 pitches to a full count with a couple of fouls in between. It's probably going to be her 7th or 8th pitch she's seen coming up. Another foul ball. That one does go into the third base dugout.
Every pitch she sees, Corey, just confidence gains, too. I'd like to see her hit one. If they'll go away right here, I'd like to see her hit one down that right field line. Is she generally a pull hitter, Corey, or is she spread all over the field?
Her power is definitely to the left side. She can hit away, but she's going to think pull first. There's another rope, and it's going to be foul down the third base line again, and I don't think it's wise for the Morrilton pitcher to continue to challenge her inside.
I would think, though, to go outside right here.
Yeah.
And you can see she's choked up. She's on the plate. She's ready for anything.
The pitcher does attempt to go out, misses up, and it's going to be ball 4 on Johnson. Great at bat by the freshman there. Brings up senior Sydney Johnson of the 3-headed Johnson monster we have in the lineup tonight.
Which will be going to Arkansas Tech next year.
Indeed she will. Quality player. Been a 2-year starter for the Eagles. Swing and a foul over the third base dugout. I think the Eagles are starting to get their timing on Keaton just a bit this second time through the lineup, Kobe.
I believe so as well. I mean, the pitcher's doing a fantastic job. But the more pitches we see, we're turning the lineup over.
That pitch misses up out of the top of the strike zone, evens the count up at 1-1.
We're laying off a lot of pitches we swung at in the first inning of high and outside and kind of dialed in a little bit. We just need a big hit right here.
Sydney wisely takes that pitch for ball 2, 2-1 count now on her. I wasn't paying attention.
That ball was up and in for 3-1. It is a hitter's count right here. She should be looking for something fat to square something up, put it in the gap. Curious to see how this pitch is right here. Very generous call in the outside corner right there.
Yeah, I had a really good look at that one. I would agree, generous call. We got one of those a minute ago too, though, so no harm, no foul there. Full count now on Johnson. She's looking to drive something in the gap. She's going to pop it up.
That's going to be trouble, though.
Catcher, third baseman, nobody able to get it. Jordan Alexander is going to score all the way from second. Julie Johnson goes to third, and Kobe, you called it right off the bat. It's going to be trouble because of the wind. It's pushing everything out towards right field, and Johnson, the benefactor of the miscue by the Devil Dog infield. Eagles are going to score a run on that. Runners at second and third. Senior catcher Talon Lawrence up to bat.
We'll take it any way we can get it at this point.
Report on Callie is that everything's good. She's currently being discharged, and the nurse asked her, "Why are you not hurrying faster so you can go play in your softball game?" So we'll see what happens. I don't expect to see her in this first game, although Coach Sullivan has surprised me before. We'll see what happens for the second game. First 2 pitches are balls on Lawrence. 2-0 count on her now as the Eagles continue to bat with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the bottom of the third, or top of the third, rather.
Good cut.
That one looked like it could have done some damage. She just barely misses underneath it.
She's still in control. 2-1 right here. You got a senior that's been there and done it before, going to Arkansas State next year. Should be looking for something pretty fat.
Pitch misses way outside for ball 3. As you said a moment ago, 31 is the hitter's count. And Lawrence handy with the stick for sure. Kind of half swing there at that one. She was fooled, tricked up a little bit on that pitch. Good pitch by Keaton. Full count now on Talon, and we can only hope she battles as long as Julie Johnson did. That one's going to be fouled. It's currently out of play. Is it going to land there or come back in?
That one's going to stay foul, thank goodness. Talon Lawrence is a daughter of Scotty Lawrence. Went to school with him, a fantastic athlete, good friend. She's got good genetics there.
I think that's the first time we've used that term on a broadcast, good genetics.
That's right.
Ball 4 in the dirt to Lawrence. Loads up the bases for junior pitcher Gracie Kimbrell. We're going to have a courtesy runner for Lawrence, the catcher. And who is that? That's Ashton Rappold. Number 23, Ashton Rappold, is going to be the courtesy runner for the Eagles. First pitch ball to Kimbrell.
You know, Corey, the first couple pitches of an at-bat is the most important. You know, the pitcher's trying to get ahead. The batter's looking for something good. And when you can get ahead like that, as far as with Gracie, her confidence builds every pitch that she's ahead. So looking for something in the middle, inside, like see her turn on something because she's got the power to do it.
You know, Kobe, you were talking about you don't see how the girls wear the spikes on this turf. You know, another aspect we haven't even talked about is a pitcher pitching for the first time on this turf. And, you know, it cannot be easy to plant and push and drag and everything the same as you normally do on dirt. If nothing else, the dirt gets dug out a foot deep by the end of the game, and you just got to get used to that. Ball 3 gets away from the catcher. Julie Johnson's going to score on the passed ball, I guess we'll call it. Sydney Johnson and Rappold move up to third and second, respectively. 3-0 count on the pitcher, Kimbrell.
I would think she'd be taken right here, Corey, as far as the pitcher's having a little bit of struggle and trying to get in the zone right here. I think she'd be taken.
Coach Sullivan's MO is usually take on the 3-0 count. Kimbrell indeed does. Pitch misses up for ball 4. Bases loaded again. I expect to see another courtesy runner for Kimbrell. Indeed, that's going to be senior Kenna Beatty coming out of the dugout. She's going to be the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Kimbrell. Number 14, Marley Hinesley, senior first baseman, will be the batter.
You know, you brought up a point a while ago about the turf. You know, I wonder as well if those spikes ever get caught, if you ever have ankle or knee injuries. I don't know how much give that turf in, because we always just played on dirt. But, you know, I guess everything these days is moving towards turf, and I understand why, because fields are wet everywhere else, and it can come a monsoon. You can still play on this field right here.
As long as it's not actively raining or any lightning strikes, they typically do try to play. It does get soggy at times and a little bit slick, but they play a lot of times when nobody else for several states around can.
And we're thankful for UCA to letting us do it, too.
I got to get a message out to Coach Stewart here. He's texting me.
First pitch is in the dirt. 1-0. Marley Hinesley up to the plate. Hope she can put something in the gap right here to bust it open. That's a foul ball, but on the left side, it may be coming back. Looks like it's barely going to make it foul, so count is even 1-1. She had a good swing on it, just a little bit in front of it here.
Man, you can hear that wind whipping around out there. The gusts come up, and you can hear it outside the press box. It cannot be easy on the pitchers or the fielders, either one for that matter.
Or fans.
The smartest ones may be the ones down there on the other side of the dugout with a wind block. Marley Hinesley
That's
pops
gonna be
it
trouble.
up. It's back. Catcher chasing. And it almost hit Sydney Johnson, who had already crossed the plate and was standing over here in foul territory. And Kobe, the catcher, chased that about a 25-foot circle and still was not within 10 foot of the ball.
That ended up nearly being about 8 foot from being fair.
Absolutely. And it came, I think it came back nearly over the backstop before it hooked back in. Wicked, wicked winds out there tonight. So Hinesley lives to see another pitch. Stay on top of this one. She fouls that one back. It ain't coming back in. Still hanging in there at a ball and 2 strikes.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Marley's got some good cuts in. She just needs to guard the plate and just put the ball in play and make the defense make a play.
Hinesley's going to chop that one down to the third baseman. Wisely steps on her base for out 3. So the Eagles are going to put 2 on the board on 1 base hit, a couple of errors on the Morrilton defense. There'd be freshman Julie Johnson and freshman Jordan Alexander coming across the plate on the dropped infield fly ball with the trouble with the wind and the passed ball on the catcher. So 2-0 Vilonia leads going into the bottom of the third, and Kobe, just like you said, get some balls in play and make some things happen.
That is true. And so far, Morrilton's been putting the ball on the ground, and we've been able just to field. We put a few balls in the air, and you see exactly what the wind can do, because I want to say last year we've never seen wind like this as far as it blowing this hard. So it's affecting everything out here on a pop-up or a fly ball. So you can't train for it, you can't prepare for it, you just have to adjust while you're here.
Yeah, I can't say that I've ever seen wind this hard during a softball game that was actively playing. This is pretty brutal. So yeah, you hope Kimbrell continues to keep the pitches down and keep the Morrilton hitters hitting the ball on the ground, and us not have to contend with any of those wind gusts.
If anything is good though, Corey, is the fact it's not blowing out to left or blowing straight out. You know, it's blowing out crossways toward the right field, and there's not a lot of left-handed batters on either side here, so you know it could be worse on them.
Absolutely. Leading off for the Devil Dogs is going to be number 20, Sierra Presley. Wish I had more info on her.
She is
I'm gonna look it up.
Sophomore. She used to play a little travel ball with us back in the day.
Swing and a foul off the face of the first base dugout brings the count to 0-1. Listed as an outfielder on the Max Preps roster. You might have already said that. I'm sorry if I repeated you there.
Oh, no. She used to catch. I think they moved her to outfield. Good kid and a good ball player.
Another foul ball down the first base line. That one a whole lot closer to being fair. Hinsley actually had an opportunity to put that giant first base mitt on it.
That is a big one.
I just saw how big that thing. It looks like a hockey goalie mitt.
I think that's Page's first base mitt.
0-2 count on Presley. Kimbrell brings the change up, swing and a miss. Lawrence blocks it, throws down to Hinsley, and we do get out number one. Good bit of pitching there by the junior Gracie Kimbrell.
You know, she come with 2 fastballs. She was a little bit late on those. She come back with a change up and fooled her on it, had her out front. And if anything, she goes back and tells the other players in the dugout she does have a change up. It puts it in her mind that, hey, she can throw 2 pitches for a strike.
It's going to bring up the leadoff batter, number 25, Lauren Reynolds. Reynolds' second at bat. Good pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Reynolds is, I guess she's playing third tonight because I know Kordsmeyer's playing shortstop. 0-1 count on her with an out in the bottom of the third. Swing and a line drive hit out to right center field. That's going to get to the fence. Linton picks it up. And Reynolds is going to hold up at second on the relay throw to Sydney Johnson. She's going to run it in. Good bit of hitting there.
That was a good bit of fielding, too. Callie went a long ways to get that ball and got it in quick. You know, initially like it could be a triple. You know, she's a fast runner, but Callie did a good job, hit her cutoff, and held it to a double with 1 out here.
It's going to bring up number 9, Libby Ship. Ship listed as a center fielder and a pitcher, so she's got to be playing out there in the outfield tonight. There's a 1-hopper to Julie Johnson. She's over to first. Nobody covers third. Not sure we really had a throw anyways, but Johnson makes the throw to Hinsley for out 2, and Reynolds moves up on no one covering the bag. So it brings up number 4, Gracie Farrell, for her second at bat of the game. See, what I need you to do is what Alan does for me. He always has the stats rolling over there. He keeps the live score, so I know, you know, he can tell me she fouled out or grounded out or whatever.
You mean just make something up?
Yeah, yeah. It'd be just as good. Nobody knows if he's telling the truth or not, anyways.
Great pitch.
And we said a couple of times those are generous calls. Apparently that's just his zone, because every time one lands in that position, he gives it to both pitchers. So
it's both ways, so yeah, you can't complain.
1-1 count now on Farrell.
Great.
It's going to be a grounder to Emily Farmer at shortstop. She's got to hurry, and the throw is in time for out number 3. Wow, Kobe, that was a close play.
That was close. It was a great stretch by Marley over there at first, and got away with that. And no runs. Gracie is throwing a great ball game here. I don't believe we have any errors, so we need to come up here and put some runners on and get some more runs.
So it's going to bring us to the top of the 4th. The Eagles continue to lead at 2-0. Due up for the Eagles is who is up?
It's one of the Eagles.
Yeah, it's one of them. I don't even have an accurate lineup for us tonight.
It's called winging it.
Yeah, that's what we do. Well, I actually didn't plan the broadcast when I got a phone call. My kid was going to the hospital, and then she says, "No, Daddy, don't come see me. I want to see the game." All right, whatever.
So that's going to be Faith Johnson.
Senior left fielder. Struck out her first time at the plate.
Does this color analysis, it pay pretty good? I didn't know if what the pay was.
I got a popcorn on it at the split here. If you do really good, I might get you a hot dog.
Faith Johnson, she's going to Monticello. Is that correct, Corey?
University of Arkansas at Monticello. That is correct. Committed to them a summer ago. One of our, let's see, 4 seniors that are going to go play college softball next year. Mentioned the other 2, so if that 4th one shows up later, we'll talk about her too. Faith is due for a big hit, has not had the best of starts to the year at the plate. Takes ball 1 up and in, and that's actually usually her kryptonite pitch right there, so good job on her to hold off and not take the bait. And there it was again. She chased it that time. Hits the roof of the press box. It's actually in the gutter system. Almost sounded like it was rolling down the downspout.
I thought it was coming inside here.
Ball and a strike on Faith. That pitch is the same one we've been talking about. He calls it a strike if it's the left-handed batter or the right-handed batter. So a ball and 2 strikes now on Faith.
Very generous with his corners.
Faith in protect mode now. Swinging a hard-hit ground ball down the first base line. It's going to be foul. Coach Morris decided he didn't want no part of that.
He thought about it.
He did, but he decided that was probably a fingernailer.
That's a knuckle getter.
Good rip by Faith. That's going to get past the right fielder down the line. She's turning for second. She's going to get at least 3 out of it. It's going to depend on the relay throw. Right fielder has trouble picking it up, and Faith's going to turn third, going for home. Relay throw not in time. Faith Johnson in the park, home run on a rip down the right field line.
You know, you talked a few minutes ago, she'd struggle a little bit. That may be the thing that puts her over the top. Icebreaker, and congratulations to her. Coming a great time, too.
Good bit of hitting there by Faith Johnson. Brings up senior designated player tonight, number 22, Tori Wilbanks. I do expect to see her in the circle before the night's completely over with. Just don't know at what point that's going to be. First pitch ball up and away. I guess I need to put our run up on the board.
That was a swing and a miss right there, 1-1, Corey.
You know, Kobe, the right fielder, chased that down in plenty of time. I think she just kind of rushed, trying to get the ball picked up. Thought she had to hurry faster than she did, and unable to get it picked up. And good for Faith. She keeps on a trucking. There's that generous outside corner, inside corner strike, whichever side of the plate you are on. Staying consistent with that.
I believe she better look for this pitch again right here, because I think that's where she's going again.
I would agree. Brings it right down the middle. Wilbanks fouls it straight back. Still a 2-2 count on her. Change up, gets her swinging. Strike 3, out 1 on the Eagles here in the top of the 4th. It's going to bring up Jordan Alexander for her second at bat of the game. I do remember what she did because she had the first base hit of the game.
She did have a hit. See, I remember that too, Corey. You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Top-notch work. Ball 1 is down and in. You might have worked yourself into a Coca-Cola too.
Or unemployment.
Yeah. Alan, if you're listening out there, Kobe's trying to move in on your game here. Called strike there. 1-1 count now on Alexander. pitch is going to be fouled straight back over the press box. A ball and 2 strikes now on Alexander.
Just need to watch for that changeup right here. She got Pori on it last time. She's got her set up right here. Came with a fastball.
Another foul, out of play.
How many softballs have we lost out of play in this game, you think?
I'm going to put the over-under at 15. There was the changeup. It misses high. 2-2 now. Alexander wisely not chasing the one that definitely floats in looking like a beach ball. Whew, lucky there.
Yeah.
That had to miss down because it was definitely over the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jordan now.
She's got a good at-bat going right here.
She's another one of those smart, disciplined young players. Swing and a base hit through the right side on the ground, and Alexander is 2-2 on the night.
Great piece of hitting right there for anybody, much less a freshman, stepping up in these conditions. 2 for 2. Maybe we can keep it going right here with Kylie.
So a couple of freshmen trying to solidify their spots in the lineup. You know, what's the old saying? When you get your chance, take the most. Crap, I messed it up. You know what I'm trying to say.
I'm following you.
Anybody at home who doesn't understand, I'm sorry. I'll get my tongue untied here in a minute. Linton takes ball 1 up. Basically, if you get an opportunity, make the most of it. That's what I'm trying to say. And these 2 freshmen are definitely doing that tonight.
You know, Kylie's fast. If she could lay a bunt down at third baseline, they wouldn't even make a throw on it right now.
It's going to be chopped to the second baseman. She's over to first for out 1. Alexander moves up to second. So almost as good as a bunt, but I'm with you. If she could have got it down the third baseline as deep as that third baseman is, I think she would have beat it out. And, yeah, correction there, out 2. So it brings Julie Johnson up to the plate. Had a good at-bat the last time. Ultimately walked, so ball 1 up out of the top of the strike zone. So freshman at the plate, freshman on second. We'd like to see them trade places right here. Johnson takes ball 2.
You know, Julie's an aggressive hitter. I'm going to say if it's pretty close right here, she's fixing to put a hack on this one right here.
I would agree. Ball 3 off the chin. 30. Let's see what the sign is from Coach Sullivan. She doesn't know the sign, so he's going to call her down there and say, "Hey, don't swing."
Do not swing.
Hey, we're going to have a long conversation here, but the moral of the story is do not swing.
Or you better not swing.
Yeah.
Freshmen have had a major impact tonight, Corey. Couple
I like
of hits. I do too. You know, it pushes them. It pushes the older ones. You know, it's just good competition. And in the end, we're trying to win.
Absolutely. You know, Kobe, this is my daughter's senior year, so I've been around the 4 years, and I've been looking towards this year knowing we were going to have a lot of seniors, but also that there were some younger kids coming up to have an opportunity and just kind of wondering what's the lineup going to look like. It's starting to become fairly clear as ball 4 misses. Had to be up just a little bit. Keaton doesn't like the call. She thought it caught enough of the zone to be a strike. So 4-ball walk on Johnson brings up senior Sydney Johnson, the second baseman. But either way, I'm all about if you're the best player, I want you to be out there because I want the team to succeed. So Sid swings at the first pitch, fouls it straight back, 0-1 count on her. Kind of got handcuffed just a little bit there. Good pitch by Keaton.
That ball was up, so now we're sitting at 1-1. Love to have a senior out here going Arkansas Tech. Like to see one in the gap right here.
I'm going to take just a quick break, Kobe.
All right. The ball is fouled back. We've got 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Stepping to the plate and the pitch. Looked like a changeup up right there. So now we're 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Got a good at bat going for Sydney here. She needs a guard against that outside corner. He's got a pretty generous outside here. She came inside corner. Sydney just fouled it off. with Talon Lawrence on deck here. Would love to see her bat this inning as well. That ball is ripped down the left side right there. It's going to be against the fence. 1 run will score. We're waving in the second one right here. Is going to be at the plate, and she is out at the plate. But it was a great hit by Sydney Johnson, a double here, and we got a run on this, so we'll take it. So we're now 4-0, headed into the bottom of the 4th inning. Corey had to step away for a few minutes to check something. Got a pretty good lead here. Gracie's come out here and shut them down, 3 up, 3 down, so we get back in there and bat. But a great hit by Sydney Johnson. I want to say if the wind wasn't blowing as hard as it was, that might have had a chance at a different part. It looks like the infield is going to be the same. Gracie is coming back out. Marley's at first. Outfield is going to remain the same and Talon behind the plate. Gracie Kimbrell is still on the mound. She's done a fantastic job tonight. Fixed to make the first pitch here to Mary Kate Korsmeyer. Very good shortstop, very good basketball player. And it is a high fly ball to center field. In and out of the glove. Looks like the wind played a pretty good pace in it there that we knew. Jordan Alexander was a tough play. They get the leadoff runner on second base. We'll see what happens right here. Gracie's doing a fantastic job. Jordan's doing a fantastic job. Just the wind is just extremely tough. So we have a runner on second, no outs. Swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Change up, ground ball to third base, checks the runner. Low was throw to first base. As get away from first baseman. The runner on second base. Now at third, we have runners on first and third with no outs. Great pitch by Gracie. The ball just got away from the freshman there. A little bit low throw, hard pick over here. So Coach Sullivan's going to call timeout, kind of calm everything down a little bit, and pull the troops together and regroup right here. One of the things as well, it's hard to pick because the girls practice on dirt non-stops. And when you come to a turf field, you don't get the same hop, don't get the same bounce. It's hard to read off of it unless you practice it, and it showed right there. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. We do have a good crowd in the stands for Vilonia tonight. Everybody's bundled up. It's extremely cold, except the first base coach from Morrilton does have shorts on. So he may be tougher than the rest of us. All right, so we have runners on first, runners on third. We've got no outs. We've got Gracie has done a fantastic job. We need our defense really to step up right here and make a play and help her out. I believe we need to get a double play right here. First pitch is low. Great block by Talon Lawrence right there to keep it in front of her. 1 ball, no strike. Kimbrell back on the mound, and the pitch. Great pitch on the outside corner. A good swing. Like had a little movement on that fastball, so we'll even the count up at 1-1. Gracie needs to bear down right here, and let's get out of this inning without any major damage. And the pitch. Great pitch. Ball on the outside corner, foul tip. Gracie's down ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Great job of pitching through this adversity right here for Gracie. One ball, 2 strikes is the count. Ball inside and low. Great job of Talon Lawrence. Evens the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes with no outs. Runners on first and third. And the pitch. Great pitch. Ball was a shortstop in the hole. Throw up to second base. The ball goes in right field. We're going to have a run score. So now the score is 4-2. It's a tough play that went to in the hole at shortstop. Emily Farmer made a good job of getting a jump on it and getting to it. Throw was just a little bit errant going to second base, a little bit wide right there. Good effort overall. Ball goes in right field, and they're on the board with 2 runs. So now we've got a runner on second base, no outs. First pitch is ball outside. 1 ball, no strike. Still don't have an out here. We need to settle down as a group, get this taken care of. Gracie's throwing a fantastic game. Swing away, ball foul. Count is 1-1. Still got no outs here. Great pitch. Look, she seems to be going away a little bit right here. Pitching on the outside corner. Corey is back in the building with us.
So apparently I missed quite a bit of excitement there.
Oh, that
kind of looked like the same one he had been given, but either way, ball this time. So 2-1 count on Kordsmeyer. Ball 3 misses up and away.
Great pitch right there on the inside corner by Gracie James. Good frame job by Talon as well to hold that there. So got a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. A big pitch right here.
Ground ball to Hinsley. She's going to handle it. Step on first base for out 1. Runner moves over to third. So Eagles finally get their first out after, I guess, what was a couple of fielding miscues maybe. I couldn't really get a good view from where I was at. That's what it sounded like.
A little bit of fielding, just early. A little missed throw here, there. Good effort, just a mistake and an error. But, we're still ahead 4-2, and we're going to bounce back on it. That was a strike.
Called a ball, unfortunately. 1-0 count on Maggie Ragland as the batter. That one catches enough of the plate. 1-1 count now on Ragland. Ball 2 is in the dirt. 2-1 count now.
Corey, I don't know if you saw it, but Sydney Johnson hit that ball. If it wouldn't have been with the wind, she dead pulled to the left field. She crushed that ball, and any other time, I believe that's a home run.
Did it hit the fence, or did it fall just a little bit short?
I believe it fell just a touch short of the fence.
Yeah,
but she crushed it. It was a great hit.
Good. That's good for her to come out and get a good base lick. I knew she hit it hard. I heard it off the bat, but I turned around and couldn't see exactly what was happening. So 3-1 there. That pitch misses up and away, ball 4. So free pass to Ragland brings up number 20, Sierra Presley, for her second at bat of the game. She struck out the first time.
Last at bat, I do remember Corey. She put the ball in play on the right side foul. She had a pretty good. So I think that Sydney and or Marley here ought to be ready for something on the right hand side.
Oh, I thought we struck her out on a changeup.
We did, but she had 2 good fouls
I got
as far
you.
as 2 line drives, right beside Marley. So I would think she'd be putting the ball on that side. We got to be ready for it.
Courtesy runner is number 22, Jackie Wilson. First pitch misses low for ball 1.
Gracie's doing a fantastic job. She's going into her, what is this, the 4th, 5th inning right here. So this may be, more pitches than she's thrown this year. So, I know they got Tori in the bullpen warming up as we speak.
That one's going to be a chopper out to Sydney at second, over to the shortstop Farmer for out 2. The relay to first is not in time. So the Devil Dogs plate another run, brings the score to 4-3, but the Eagles do have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Sydney a little timid on coming up and fielding that ball, just not sure about the hop off the turf. There's a rip down the first base line. That's out of play for strike 1. Lauren Reynolds batting for the Devil Dogs.
Do you have an update on Callie, Corey?
I do. She is in the dugout currently, and they diagnosed her with a urinary tract infection. As you see, the Talon blocked the pitch that's down and in. Urinary tract infection and a possible hernia that came out and went right back in. But said whatever she feels like doing, she can do. So we'll see what happens here in the rest of this game and in the second game. Swing and a miss by Reynolds. Strike 2 brings the count to a ball and 2 strikes on her, and a strikeout here would be huge, Kobe.
Yeah,
Protect
also
this
Sierra on first base is getting a pretty good lead. I thought Talon was fixing to throw behind her right there, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a ball that she don't throw behind her and get her.
Foul ball, though, is over the first base dugout. Looked like Reynolds was taking off on that. Maybe a little hit and run action on.
Looked like it could have been. If you get a ball in the air, you just never know.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Talon picks it up, throws it down to Marley at first. Out 3, and the Eagles hold and protect the lead. Still lead at 4-3 here going into the top of the 5th.
Corey, had a ugly inning that inning, but still yet we're ahead right now. So if we can come up and play 2 or 3 more runs, I'd feel pretty good about it. But Gracie did a good job pitching out of that. I don't think – was there a hit that inning, or was everything just basically –
I didn't see one, but now I missed a couple of at-bats,
yeah.
and everything looked like it was kind of being chased around. So yeah. I don't think there was a base hit that inning.
So kudos to Gracie for pitching through that. She did a fantastic job there.
Kobe, you pitch your way out of that. You find the control enough to get the basically get the strike out there. Talon unable to hang on to it, goes ahead and throws her out at first as she heads down the line. But you wonder, do you go ahead and bring her out for the 5th and see if she can eat another inning up, as we're going to play – at least 3 more innings here, and then you got 7 in the nightcap. So you got, well, I guess you have 3 pitchers now that Paige is back. So plenty of pitching. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't pitch.
Gracie's throwing a great game, and the main thing, what you look at, they're not squaring the ball up, and she's not walking anybody. And so, when you're doing that, you're doing something right. And, I think I would run her back out there again. But, Tori's been warming up for a good while, so most of the time when you keep warming up throughout the inning, more likely you're going to get the call.
So Talon Lawrence, the catcher, set to lead off the top of the 5th inning for the Eagles. Gracie Kimbrell on deck. And we're picking up the catcher's gear out of there.
There's a hit.
Oh, just barely foul, and it couldn't have been by more than a half of an inch, Kobe. Coach Sullivan still wishes there was actual chalk out there so he could say, I saw the chalk fly up. What are you looking at?
That game there just proves that hit is just a game of inches. Inch here, that's a double. We're back in business, and now it's just a long strike.
Talon, big cut on the Fastball that was a little high there, fouls it out of play down the third base line. 0-2 count. She's going to have to protect now, and you know this is the freshman Keaton's fifth inning to pitch here. We were talking about the junior Kimbrell. Changeup misses away. Ball one. A ball and 2 strikes on.
You know, she's doing
Allen.
a good job as well of moving the ball in and out. She's jammed us a lot of times of coming in, like on Talon twice.
That one misses up for ball 2. 2-2 count now. So Talon needs to be ready to see if something come back near the plate again and jump on it if the opportunity presents itself. Indeed, she does. That is smoked to the left center gap. It's off the fence. Talon turns for second. Throw is going to get there, but second baseman unable to hold on to it. I think Talon was going to be safe either way because there's a good slide and this is a fast surface we're playing on. So good bit of hitting by Lawrence. And again, Kobe, any other night, that's probably out of the park.
That's probably 2 that would have been out of the park as far as on the. Is this field, Corey? I know it's got the high fence. Is it 220?
No, it's 200,
okay.
But just about a 12 to a 16-foot tall fence out there. Courtesy runners number 23, Ashton Rappold. Batter is Gracie Kimbrell. She swings at the first pitch. Catcher is.
That's a hit.
And again, nobody able to get a hold of it. And Lawrence is in there safe under the throw and the tag at third. And Kobe, you've called it every time. Anything popped up back here behind the plate, I mean, literally the catcher is coming back towards the backstop, and the ball lands 8 foot in fair territory.
You might as well pencil single every time it goes up because it's tough. Like it's going to be an appeal right here. No, it's just a runner.
Courtesy runner is Kenna Beatty, number 6, senior just returning from basketball. So runners at second and third for the Eagles here in the top of the 5th. No outs. Marley Hinesley, the first baseman, at the plate.
Got a senior right here, so it's a great position for her to be in. No outs. Good time to pick up some RBIs, Corey.
Swing on the first pitch and a foul straight back. And you know, Marley keeps swinging at that inside pitch, but her power is actually to the right side. If she would sit on something outside and really try to drive it, that's where I've seen her hit for power, is to the right center field gap.
Yeah, but this pitcher's done a good job of jamming them inside.
Text strike 2. 0-2 count now on Marley. There's the outside pitch. Tried to wrap around it there just a little bit, fouled it back.
A lot of green grass between right field and center field right now.
Wowzers.
Morrilton's right fielder's playing, hugging the line about 25 yards off the line. Center field's playing dead center, so you got a big gap for Marley.
There's the outside pitch, a little too far out. A ball and 2 strikes now on Hinesley. Don't get too comfortable taking that pitch because a little bit closer it's going to be in the strike zone for this umpire behind the plate. Has been all night thus far either way. The good rip by Marley, and that's going to be foul down the left field line. That's another good, hard, centered up ball down the left field line there.
You know, she really got her hands through on that one. A few times before she'd got jammed and the ball was just, off her hands about 6 inches. But she got her hands through, drove the ball. It was just a little bit early, so hopes to take that same swing right here and put it in the field.
I said it a moment ago. I'll say it again. Marley, kind of like Faith was a little bit ago, she's due for a hit. So come on through here. Pops that one back. Catcher is not able to track it down again, and she's getting very frustrated with the wind. I can't say that I blame her.
That's a hard thing to do right there. You got the gear on, you got to turn, the wind's blowing 50. You got to feel sorry for her on that.
Well, the thing that, I haven't even thought about it. We've got this big windshield that we're sitting in, so until the ball gets above it, it's probably looking like a true, it's going to carry true, and then it gets above that, and there's no telling where it's going to go. Hinesley with a rip through the left side, base hit. 1 run's going to score. Beatty holds at third. Hinesley holds at first. That was Ashton Rappold crossing the plate. And the Eagles have their 5th run of the game.
You kind of see that coming, Corey. She had a good swing the time before. She got jammed at first. Then she got her hands through, and she really squared that one up. So proud of her and get her going as well.
Brings up Faith Johnson, who had the in-the-park home run on her last at-bat. Runners on the corners. Faith shows bunt. Marley goes. Catcher not able to hold it, but chases it down quickly and holds Beatty at third. So a ball and no strikes on Johnson. Let's see what Coach Sullivan's dialing up here. Hat 5. What does that one mean?
Home run, Corey.
Home run. All right, I like it. I thought maybe it was your old favorite, the soft push. There's the bunt. It's a squeeze play. Beatty's going to be safe at the plate easy. Keaton turns and goes to first and does get the out. But Beatty had her ears pinned back. She was coming no matter what. Good execution there by Johnson to get the bunt down. Score another one for the Eagles. They lead at 6-3 now with 1 out and a runner on third here in the top of the 5th inning.
Corey, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see it again around here. And we picked up a couple runs. He's just got 1 out here.
Will Banks hits the first ball off the handle, and shortstop Kordsmeyer is over to nab it for out 2, and maybe it would have been better if we tried to put the bunt down.
Hindsight's 20/20 on that, so you never know.
This is true. Brings up freshman Alexander, 2-2 on the night. Good bit of hitting both times by her. Both balls squirting through on the right side, one just over the second baseman and one just out of the reach of the second baseman. Keaton comes way in on her this time, gets her to chase one that she really didn't have a lot of chance to do anything with. 0-1 now on Jordan.
Seems like this at bat, Corey, she's jamming her. You know, the first couple times is down the middle outside, and she has some good pitches, but you know, she's got a base to work with. Jordan's got 2 hits. You know, they may be just trying to get it on her hands. And the first 2 pitches, they've definitely done that.
0-2 pitch misses off the outside corner for ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes now on Jordan. Swing and a hard ground ball down first base. Coach Morris ducks out of the way again.
He's 0 for 2.
He is 0 for 2. We're going to talk to him about his fielding percentage.
0 for 2.
How do you score an error in the book on the first base coach?
We'll figure that out.
Okay. Alexander hits it sharply out to center field. Center fielder has that one's going to retire Alexander for the first time of the game. That's the 3rd out of the inning, but not before the Eagles can plate 2 more runs and go up again by 3. 6-3 now going into the bottom of the 5th. I don't have my list, so I don't know who's due up from Motown at the moment.
You know, Corey, I think Jordan hit that ball too hard. If she gets under that little bit, the wind gets it and just plays tricks on them. But she squared that one up, did a great job as a freshman. It did hit it right to her. But
should be Ship, Farrell, and Tyndall due up for the Devil Dogs here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And Gracie's coming back out again. So
I like it.
Good deal.
I don't see any defensive changes. Jordan's already out there. There's Kylie. Yep, the defense is going to remain the same for the Eagles. And you know, Kobe, I'm going to say those couple of insurance runs probably helped Coach Sullivan and Coach Morris's decision to leave Gracie out there for another inning.
I would believe so. And I also think they've got a pretty short leash on her at this point, just simply the fact that she's thrown quite a few pitches. It's really cold. You don't want to strain or pull something, you know, this early in the season. But it's hard to pull somebody when they're throwing this well.
True. I agree with that. Gracie's done a good job throughout the entire game. Couple of those runs scored there. I'm sorry.
Somehow it's 13-6.
Good. The Morrilton managers are pencil whipping us right now. They're having a little trouble with the scoreboard. I laugh because we have the same trouble when we're at home on our scoreboard. Tend to have some errors that we can't correct. Either way, first pitch is a ball to Ship. The lucky thing is that you can't hear the Vilonia fans yelling at you to change it. That's the best part about it since we got the windows
You probably
closed.
couldn't hear it for the wind anyway.
True.
That ball's in. Swung at it. 1-1 right here.
Fouled sharply down the left field line into the third base dugout for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes now on Ship.
You know, of course, she handles the bat well. You know, she slaps, she swings, she's fast. There's a reason she's going to play at the next level. Just so happened we've got the best of her today so far.
And you said she was going to go play for Lyon College.
From what I read, she was going to Lyon College to play.
Very good. There's a Vilonia alumni playing up there at Lyon College, the one and only Courtney Ruland. She's been seeing some action in some of the early season games, so kudos to her for going up and making a name for herself, getting some innings in the game. Ship's going to hit that right back up the middle, out of the reach of Sydney Johnson. Jordan Alexander is up to field it. Throws it in to Farmer. It's going to be a base hit single for Ship. Brings up number 4, Gracie Farrell.
That's a good piece of hitting right there for her on her behalf. She worked the count back in her favor. It was 2-2. Put a good swing on it. She's pretty fast, so we'll have to really watch her on the base pads.
Swing and a base hit over the glove of Hinesley. Linton's up to field it. Ship goes to third. Relay throw to Johnson. That's going to hold the runner at first as Linton is up quickly to get it. Gets the ball back in quickly. So back-to-back base hits by the Devil Dogs. Runners on the corners. And the insurance runs sure look good right about now, Kobe.
They sure do. We need her to bear down right here. Don't mind giving up a run, but we don't need to have this runner on first base get past. We need to bear down right here and get some outs. It was just a good piece of hitting by both batters right there.
First pitch to Farrell is down in the dirt for ball 1. Second pitch misses up and away, ball 2. And we've got 2 pitchers now up down in the – nope, one of those is not a pitcher. It's a shortstop. So it's Wilbanks up, warming up in the bully. Ball 3 is down in the dirt. So,
you know, Corey, this bat right here, she's showing a little bit of fatigue.
Yeah.
You know, she's missed all night long. She's been around the plate. These last 3 have been low. She's making an adjustment right here and got through it.
That one's going to hit the zone. Strike 1, 3-1 count now on Farrell. Going to be ball 4, and I was calling her Farrell. That is actually Tyndall that was at the plate who walks. My apologies, I got off on my lineup here. So bases loaded here, no outs in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up the pitcher, Keaton. She would love to help herself out just a little bit.
Corey, what do you do right here? Do you go to the plate and get the force, or you pull them up, or what do you think?
I think probably so. You know, on this surface, you're going to get a true hop. You ought to be able to, anything that's hit fairly sharply, you ought to be able to go home. Maybe they were doing it, you know, playing it safe, and if you field it clean, you go home. If you don't, go to first but get an out. That pitch narrowly misses for ball 1, and Gracie's kind of miffed over why that one wasn't called a strike.
Seems like his outside corner is a little more generous than the inside corner.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. That one definitely misses up and away. Here comes the runner to the plate. Throw's not going to be in time, so Ship gets across on the wild pitch. Runners move up to second and third. Morrilton puts a run on the board, brings the score to 6-4, and the count is now 2-0 on Keaton.
What that does as well is it takes the force out of play, Corey. So now you've got to hold and put a runner, get it out at first base.
Misses way off the plate for ball 3. 3-0 count now, and Kobe.
Don't ever do that again.
I will not. You have all your fingers.
I do.
So if we see a walk here, I expect Wilbanks to come in from the bullpen. There's ball 4. Keaton walks, and what's Coach Sullivan going to do? He's going to call time, come out and at least talk it over. So courtesy runner coming on for Keaton is going to be number 2, Morgan Seimer. And Coach Sullivan's going to want to talk it over with his pitcher and his infield here as Eagles are in a little bit of a jam with the bases loaded and no outs.
What do you do here, Corey? You stick with it, or you go to the pen, or what do you think? Of course, he knows them better than we do. He's with the pitchers every day. We just see them at game time.
That's true. Wilbanks is trotting in from the bullpen. I don't know I don't know. As much as she struggled in that particular at bat, I think I'm probably going to have to try to make a change here. You can always go back because both of them are in the lineup, so it's not like if this doesn't work out, Gracie can't come back out if she goes over and gets her a rest. But then you have the cool down factor, and how does that play into it?
That's true.
So it looks like Coach Sullivan's going to stick with Kimbrel here. Whatever she had to say to him gave him some peace about it.
You know, we're a ground ball and a pop-up or anything away from getting us out, you know, with a 6-4, 6-5 game. We just need to stop it before it gets out of hand. We need an out right here.
Batter's going to be Alyssa Sparks, number 26. Kimbrel delivers the pitch, base hit to center field. Throw's going to come in. Luckily, they're only going to score one on that, but I think, Kobe, it is probably time to go make a change here as you see the 4-pitch walk followed by the 1-pitch single. And we're gonna stick to our guns here. Let me get Morrilton's run up on the board. 6-5 is the score. No outs. Bases still loaded. I guess the other side of that coin is that's a tough spot to trot into on a cold night. Is bases loaded, no outs when you didn't have anything to do with the bases getting loaded.
That is true. And Gracie's a battler too. You know, she's been in this situation before. Fantastic pitcher, good athlete.
2 foul balls over the first base dugout, so the batter, Kordsmeyer, is quickly in a hole, and that's exactly where we wanted her to be.
And she stepped up here in this and threw 2 excellent pitches on the outside corner. So you're right. You know, we're just a couple pitches away from getting out of this thing. Checked
her swing, and the umpire's not in a good position to see if she went or not. So it's going to be a ball and 2 strikes on Kordsmeyer. That pitch is hit sharply down the line. Hooks foul, slices foul, I should say. Thank goodness, because that was going to be mayhem.
You know, I think we need to adjust our defense because we're pitching away. Everything she's hitting is to the right-hand side. The wind's blowing that way. I think I would move my center fielder and second baseman and pull off a little bit, Corey.
You want to play an all-out major league shift here?
We've got to do something right here.
I might throw a screwball here. If she takes it, she takes it, but she's been away. That pitch is in off Kimbrel's glove. It's going to be through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Second run coming around. Alexander throws not in time. And the Devil Dogs are going to take the lead on the base hit. So 7-6 now. Morrilton leads, and we are going to have a pitching change. No outs. Runners on first and second. Ouch! Not what you wanted to see. Now, if there's a silver lining to be had here, the Eagles have had plenty of success in the last couple of innings putting runs on the board. They have been able to get their timing on Keaton, and they're squaring the ball up a little bit better. So you have to believe that we're going to be able to string some more base hits together and score some runs. You just don't want to dig yourself too big of a hole here. So, you know, Coach Sullivan, Coach Morris decided to go ahead and make the change, bring in the senior Tori Wilbanks, her first action of the night. This leads me to believe that we'll probably see the freshman Alexander start the second game, and I'm going to say we get to see old PK at some point in that second game.
Oh, dear.
It's always fun when old PK comes to the circle.
It's exciting.
Is that what you call it?
You call it something. But you know, you made a point while ago with Tori. She is a senior. This is her 4th year. She's been there. She's done that. She's been in some terrible, terrible situations before. And so,
who is that I spy in the bullpen? None other than old PK. Getting loose. Whew. Good pitch, Tori.
That's that. You know, he's been generous as far as on the outside, but it's been both sides. It's not just against Vilonia. It's against them as well, but he is more generous on the outside corner than the inside. It was a great pitch.
So that pitch called a ball. It's Maggie Ragland at the plate. Second pitch misses down and in for ball 2-0, and not really where you wanted to see Tori start off. Going to need to get one in the zone here and at least get a strike on the board.
There.
I guess that one misses down. 3-0 count.
And it's a hard, like you said a while ago, you know, she is a seasoned veteran, but it is hard to come in a situation like this right here in the weather conditions, and it's not easy.
That one straight down the pipe. Strike one, 3-1 count now.
If anybody said pitching's easy, it's obvious they've never tried it before.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? And I never did as much of it as you did, but the little bit I did, sometimes it was fun when it was working good. Good pitch there by Will Banks. Catches the inside corner, brings it to a full count here on Ragland. Yeah, pitching was fun when it was like playing a video game, but man, when you were getting shelled, it wasn't so much fun.
Big pitch right here, Corey. Oh.
It's going to miss inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. Still no outs, and we're going to need something good to happen here, Kobe. Just plain and simple, throw it out there. Sierra Presley batting with the bases juiced.
Last time hit the ball to second base. Yeah, I remember that, Corey, so you're welcome.
Good call, good call. Bases juiced and a big fat goose egg for outs out there.
We need an out. We need an out pretty.
That pitch misses way outside for ball 1. And it's a good thing that we don't have to adhere to those stripes drawn out there on the pitching rubber, because Torrey was well outside of that on that last pitch. That's a good pitch there. I'm guessing down, because it looked like it caught enough of the corner. I really don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, he's not generous on the inside corner. I think at this point, if I'm the catcher, I'm going to set up outside.
Yeah, 2-0 count now on Presley. That one's hit right back at Wilbanks. She goes to first. Hinesley not able to get a handle on it. And everybody's safe. Another run scores. And Coach Sullivan wants to talk it over with the plate umpire to see if he's actually going to go ask the field ump if he can appeal it to the plate umpire to see if she got her foot back down. But the plate umpire is going to come out and talk to him, and he may be telling him, no, you're not appealing that.
You know, looking back, I know it's a bang-bang play, but you really want to get that play at home, Corey.
Well, that's something that you got to be talking about before the play.
Yeah.
I mean, you just came into the game. You got to be, if nothing else, somebody out there on defense got to take the lead and say, hey, this is where our play is. This is where we're going. So everybody's thinking 4.
I didn't see the play at first. Did she bobble the ball at first base?
She dropped it, straight dropped it. Never had control of it. So that was, I mean, that part of it's a good call. Coach Sullivan's question was, did she get it? She got it picked up in time, but she had walked off the base, and I don't think she got her foot back to the base in time before the runner crossed.
Okay.
I actually think it's a good call by the umpire. I wish it was the other way, but I think it's a good call by the umpire. So it brings up Lauren Reynolds now. Bases loaded, no outs. And still, Eagles, I mean, we just need an out at this point. Fouled off the front of the third base dugout for strike 1.
Corey, times like this is where you need a senior, to call the infield together, and be a leader and stop it and say, here's, we're gonna take the bull by the horns. We're gonna fix this right now, and we're hoping that'll, will happen right here. But it's just been a little bit of bad luck overall.
That pitch is hit to Farmer. She's going to come home, and that is in time for out 1. Praise the Lord. There's a goose egg off of the board in the out column.
That was a good play.
That was a good play. I thought she was going to be a little bit late, but she makes up for anything in transition with arm strength, thank goodness. So bases still loaded, 1 out. Ship is the batter.
Yeah, good hitter right here.
That's going to be hit to Sydney Johnson. She bobbles it. Everybody's going to be safe. And 2 runs are actually going to – oh, let's see here. No, the play at the plate is in time. So charge Sydney with an error, but credit for the heads-up play to go ahead and get the out at the plate as Morrilton tried to sneak an additional runner across. They did score 1. Score is now 9-6, but 2 outs.
Great job of Talon Lawrence right there of catching the ball, blocking, and putting the tag on really quick.
I didn't think we had any shot at all of getting that out until the ball got to the plate, and then I was like, this is going to be fun to see what the umpire calls. Outside for ball 1, so Sydney just a victim of the weird topspin off the turf. It's hard to get a handle on it. It's almost like the ball picks up speed coming off the turf. It's definitely going to gain topspin when it comes off of it. That's sharply hit to left center field. It's going long, and it is in the park, off the fence. 1 run scores. 2 run scores. There's going to be a play at third, and Farrell is going to be tagged out at third, but not before 2 runs come across. Morrilton leads it now by 5, Kobe.
You know, just kind of, game of softball, it gets away from you pretty quick. It's in baseball, it's a slower pace. I've watched my son play, I've watched my daughter play, and it just seems like in softball, a few things happen, and you look around, it's 2 runs, 5 runs, and here we are. They've got 11 runs on the board. A few innings ago, we was sitting really good, thought we was fixing to cruise, and lo and behold, a few errors and bad decisions, and we're behind. So we've got to. You can't get everything back right now. What inning is it, Corey?
Top of the 6th, so we've still got 2 at bats. We definitely are going to have our opportunities to put runs on the board. It's going to be mental now, Kobe. Plain and simple, it's going to be between the ears. If
we can get 2 to 3 runs right here, I feel pretty good if we can hold. And I think we'll hold. I think that's just a bad stretch right in there. But just like it happened to us, it can happen to them. Put the ball in play. And you made a point a while ago. I was talking about this turf. We don't practice on turf, neither do they. I mean, it's like carpet, and when you're trying to catch something on this turf, it's just different. It's not the same as dirt. So no excuse. That's just the way it is, and they got to play on just like we do.
True story there. It's going to be Kylie Linton, right fielder, leading it off for the Eagles, and she's yet to reach base tonight. It'd be nice for her to get on her first time. It's worked for me 2 other times. She is definitely due, as has had her struggles at the plate thus far in the season. So let's see if my 3rd time is a charm for me.
That's it. Callie's really fast. She can lay one down at third base.
Kind of a run-through swinging away there at the first pitch. Misses for strike 1. Looks like Morrilton might have a pitcher up in the bullpen. And Linton's going to hit that one out into the right center gap. That's going to be 2 for sure. She's already at second. She's going to make it to third easily. What happens on the relay? Stand-up triple for Linton. Kobe, I'm the opposite of Midas, right? Oh, me.
That was needed right there. We need at least 3 runs this inning, Corey, to get back in this thing and not be pressured too much in the 7th inning because we're hitting the ball.
Freshman Julie Johnson batting. She's walked twice. She's big cut at the first pitch. Fouls it out of play.
Wasn't by much. If you look at the flag, it seemed like the wind's kind of died for a few minutes. So
that may not be to our advantage because we've been the benefactor of a couple of the wind balls that the catcher and third baseman have
4 of our
tracked down.
Yeah.
You like to see Julie get a hold of one here. Another swing and a big fly ball down left field. Left fielder's playing it. Third baseman actually gets it. There is a collision, and Linton's going to tag up and score from third. We may have an injured player down there as neither one of them was very quick getting up, and that was actually Kordsmeyer, the shortstop, tracking it down rather than the third baseman. So records the out. Eagles do play to run, so
364 other days, that's a foul ball by 30 yards. Wind is cranked back up, pulled it back in, but it was a great play by Morrilton.
Just a minute, you said the flag was laying down. It's standing on its end now. Sydney Johnson up to the plate. Almost hit by the pitch. Just misses her backside for ball 1. Talon Lawrence on deck for the Eagles. Johnson wisely lays off of the changeup there. It does land for a strike, though. 1-1 count now on Sid. Swing and a chopper, and Sullivan's 0 for 1 now.
They are.
Morris 0 for 2, Sullivan 0 for 1.
I'm going to call it lack of effort, Corey.
Yeah, I agree.
Lack of effort.
Yeah, we may need him to roll the cube when we get back. 1-2 count on Sydney Johnson. Big hit last at bat to score a couple of Eagle runners. That one's going to be popped up. Kordsmeyer chases it down just barely in foul territory. Out 2, and again, Kobe, I think that one probably goes ahead and gets foul if the wind's not blowing 37 miles an hour.
It is, but you got to credit their pitcher. She's jamming us, of course. She's working 100%. Inside. Julie Johnson got jammed. Sydney got jammed. They're working hard on the inside corner. She's doing a fantastic job. Of course,
you know what that tells me? We need to scoot up in the box. scoot up in the box, hit the ball earlier, have a little more field to play with.
Yep.
Keep your hands on top of the ball for dang sure.
And it's a lot easier to pitch when you're 4 runs ahead, too.
True. Lawrence rips one down the left field line, foul by about 10 feet. I wish that one would have caught some chalk.
You know, you're right, Corey, as far as they're not blowing the ball by us, but if she's up about 4 inches right there, she's got more room to play with between the lines, and that's a double all day long.
That one's ripped, base hit down the left field line off of the left fielder's shoulder. Lawrence is going to hold it first as the left fielder is able to gather it in. Going to see a courtesy runner. It should be Beatty for Talon. Gracie Kimbrell remains in the lineup to hit. What's she done so far this game, Kobe? You got anything on Gracie?
I don't think she's got a hit. She put the ball in play, but we really need a gapper right here. It don't have to be a home run. We need another run or two.
That pitch misses off the outside corner for ball 1.
I'm sorry, I'm not as good as Allen. I know what you're getting at right now.
Oh, no. I had no recollection
That's
of
how
anything.
I took it.
Ball 2 is high.
Hitter's count right here. She should be looking dead red.
I'd like to see one hit the top of our school bus out there. Ball 3 is high. Maybe that's Morrilton school bus. I don't care whose it is. I want to see a dent in the top of it. Gracie swinging with the 3-0 count. That probably was going to be a strike. Fouls it well out of play down the left field line.
You know, that shows the confidence that Coach Sullivan has in her. You know, as a junior, a good hitter, a 3-0 count, looking for something down the middle. She got it. She just barely missed it. So that shows the confidence in her.
She'd love to help get back a run or two of those that she gave up. Ooh, that one smoked. That's the same thing I'm talking about, Kobe. If we're up in the box there, that ball is bouncing off the Southland Conference sign, if not landing in the bullpen out there in left field.
She's worked. I mean, she's worked herself back. The pitcher's done a good job jamming her twice. You know, worked it in. So we'll see what happens here.
Goes away, and it's going to be called strike 3 over the outside corner. That was a no-doubter too, Kobe. That was a great pitch by Keaton.
It was. She did a good job on that sequence of pitches. She got behind 3-0. She come back. She worked the ball inside twice, and the last one she just froze her on the outside corner. Good piece of pitching there. So
the Eagles able to get back 1 of the 8 that they give up in the bottom of the 5th. Score is 7 for Vilonia, 11 for Morrilton. Morrilton's got 2 at-bats, and we've got 1 to deal with, Kobe, here in this first game. So we'll see if there's any adjustments anywhere. Looks like everybody's going to stay consistent with what we were playing defensively last inning, so no changes there.
You know, Corey, this has been a long game.
Yes, it has.
It has been a very long game.
We're at 1 hour and 45 minutes right now, and we pretty much hit stream at like a minute before the first pitch. So it's definitely been a long game. But a lot of offense generally leads to a long softball game.
Have you got word, is Kylie going to try to play this next game, Corey, or is she out for the night?
She's going to try to play. She wants to play.
Yeah.
Now it's going to come down to what coach wants to do and what he feels comfortable with. I did see that he had her out there in the bullpen just throwing overhanded, getting loose. I know when I was down there in the dugout with him, giving him an update on what was going on in her, he told her that he was going to have her run around some between the games, see how she was feeling, and then make a decision on what the plan was for the second game. Then he said he might use her as a runner in this game. I don't expect it at this point unless it's runners on first. Yep. And we need a run and just want a fast runner in there. So
it's just good news that she's okay. When they go to the emergency room, you never know what the problem is. Could be long term, but just thankful that it is what it is.
Absolutely. So. I'm very thankful that she's okay. The doctor told us a couple of things that it could still be a problem, later this week or next week or whatever, but just kind of watch her and let her do what she feels like doing. So thankfully, I guess almost what you'd call a false alarm this go around on the ER trip. Second pitch is fouled straight back, evens up the count at a ball and a strike.
Do you think there's a chance she's doing too much housework at home and she might have got hurt there?
There's no chance at all that it was too much housework at home. This is a 0% chance. That pitch is ripped just off the tip of the glove of Johnson at third. It's going to be 2 bases for sure. Faith Johnson into Farmer, into Johnson, Sydney Johnson at second. So double for Tyndall off the glove of the freshman third baseman, Julie Johnson.
Hard ball to handle right there for a third baseman. It makes you think, should a face mask be required? As far as, she's playing close, the ball's hit that hard, reaction time is very limited.
Absolutely. Brings up the pitcher, McKenna Keaton. The state of Missouri implemented a rule in high school softball this year, and all infielders have to wear face masks at all times. It actually was enough of a deal that some of the Northern Arkansas teams go up there and play. The AAA had to send out a notification to the Arkansas teams: if you go play in Missouri, you will be required to follow the same rules. So it's probably coming. I wouldn't be surprised to see it next year in the game of high school softball and probably youth softball in Arkansas. 1-1 count here on Keaton. Keaton ducks out of the way of that one to avoid being hit by the pitch. 2 balls and a strike now.
Tori's really working hard at inside corner. He's not really generous on the inside corner, but she keeps trying to nibble at the corner right there.
Definitely don't bring it fat. We saw what happens when we do that. That one's going to miss well outside. 3 balls and a strike now on Keaton, and we don't need to see a repeat of last inning where we end up walking these bases loaded after a leadoff base hit. Ball 4, so 2 runners on. It's going to bring out a courtesy runner for the Devil Dogs.
Corey, if you can find any positive out of this, though, you've got the force back in play. So
True. That's Seimer. Morgan Seimer in to courtesy run for Keaton. Batter's number 26, Alyssa Sparks. And Wilbanks having a little trouble finding the zone here, at least finding the corners of the zone. When she finds the middle, Morrilton hitters able to put it in play in places we are not. There's a bunt. Gonna go. Wilbanks is going to go over to Johnson, who's covering first, and get the out. So a little bit of a surprise there by Coach Sparks down there in the third base box.
Executed very well.
It was.
Got the runners in scoring position. We fielded it well. Good coverage on right there. We just need to bear down right here and get some outs.
Mary Kate Kordsmeyer up to bat now. She had a base hit in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch from Wilbanks for strike 1, and this would be a good place for a strikeout or a pop. Well, the flag's laying down, so yes, strikeout or a pop-up.
First time in 23 hours.
That's right. I had to peek out there and make sure I wasn't making a fool of myself. That pitch is fouled over the net here on the right side. No balls and 2 strikes.
What do you go with right here, Corey? You got no balls, 2 strikes, got a runner on. You don't want anything too fat right here. Do you go inside or outside?
Change up outside corner. And I throw it high so I don't have a chance of it getting in the dirt and getting by the catcher. And we go with a screwball inside. It misses, a ball and 2 strikes.
Good location.
Reason I said change up, Kordsmeyer had been all over those first 2 pitches, so I thought she's looking for something to hit. Let's show her something. There's the curveball off the outside corner for ball 2, evens up the count at 2-2.
The Morrilton players are very disciplined hitters.
Absolutely.
They're really zoned in on what's a strike and what's not a strike.
Ball 3 almost hits Kordsmeyer in the foot.
Great block by Talon Lawrence right there.
Full count. Don't lose her, Tori. We're going to need to catch enough of the corner for her to swing at it at least, but not square it up. That pitch is drilled into center field. Alexander drifting back and drops the ball. 1 run comes in. 2nd run turns. Relay throw from Sydney Johnson, not in time, almost over Talon's head. Good catch by her. And score 2 runs on the error by the freshman center fielder. 13-7 now. Morrilton leads Vilonia.
I'm going to say 9 times out of 10 she makes that play, Corey. She's a great young player, good outfielder, good athlete. It's just the wind has been havoc on us. It's been havoc on them. That's just a tough break on her. She's going to bounce back from that. We'll be fine. So.
Kobe, I mean, at this point, I got to wonder how loose is Paige over there, to be honest with you. Because Tori is really struggling to maintain control here. Pitches seem to be getting more and more errant the longer she goes.
I don't know. You know, too, is look at, this game's kind of getting out of hand. To not hurt confidence. You may look to, pull and, give her a start next game or do something, give her a fresh start. You pulled her in a pretty bad situation to begin
absolutely.
with. So it wasn't the best situation for Tori to begin with.
Good pitch there on the inside corner for strike one, 3-1 count.
If you bring Paige in at this point, it's 13-7. She's thrown one day. What is going to hurt either way?
Yeah, you're right about that.
So
might be a good spot just to get her in and get her a few pitches to shake the old cobwebs and nerves off.
And don't forget, Jordan Alexander's thrown some innings this year and done a good job as well. So we've got pitchers. So it's just a rough night so far.
And Coach Sullivan calls timeout. He is calling Alexander in from center field. Looks like, is it Rappold's gonna go to right field? So Wilbanks is going to take a seat after, what did she, I guess she has an inning of work because she had inning and a third.
I believe so.
Recorded the 3 outs in the.
The life of pitcher, Corey, it's hard. And the thing is you've got to have a short-term memory when it comes to pitching. When you do good, it's not as good as it seems, and when you do bad, it's not as bad as it seems either.
Great point.
And so she has to go in there, short-term memory, shake it off. A play or two here, an error or two here, she's still in the game. So right now is when you got to have a senior leadership, take them and put your arm around them and tell them, hey, we'll get them next game, you'll get them next time, and go that route. So we need seniors to step up and show some leadership in situations like this, and they may be in there right now. So just a bad game.
100% agree with that. Alan often says that this game it's a game of failures. And she who fails the least tends to win, and I mean that's true. Goes right along the lines of what you're saying. I mean everything can't be contributed to the pitchers here by any means. There were some errors in the field defensively, and then also some at bats that were not opportune thus far throughout the game. Now it's not over yet. Anything is possible in the game of softball. Just as quickly as Morrilton put 8 up in the 5th inning. We could do the same in the 7th.
Correct. And you made a point a while ago as far as game of failure. I've explained it to my kids before. If you bat 10 times, you strike out 7 and hit 3, you're a Hall of Fame player.
That's right.
You've hit 300. That means you failed 7 other times. So you've got to learn how to deal with adversity. The difference in basketball and softball and baseball. Basketball, you can run back down the court and you can get back in the swing. If you got a mistake, you can right that mistake immediately. In the softball, you get pulled, you may not get to pitch again for a day or two or an hour, or, you got time to dwell on it. So you've got to be mentally tough as a pitcher to accept it when things are good, enjoy it, and when things are bad, you've got to just let it go and learn from it.
A certain level of mental toughness needed in any sport out there, but maybe none more than the game of softball and baseball. Just like you said, so much downtime, so big a gap between plays or games. It's just so much time to think and talk yourself into something that you shouldn't.
Correct.
So Alexander with the first pitch hits for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 is the count on Presley. Sierra Presley batting for her 4th time of the evening. The pitch is going to miss just up out of the top of the zone. Evens the count at a ball and a strike.
Sierra's a great player and a good kid with a small strike zone.
Definitely one of the smaller players out here, but
that's coming back. Pitcher.
Lawrence able to hold on to that one. Runners hold.
Look at the wind, though.
We got the calm flag on that one. So good pitch by Jordan to get the pop up. Talon comes out from behind the dish and makes the play. 2 outs now, and it brings up Lauren Reynolds, the leadoff batter for the Devil Dogs, for her 5th time of the night now. Lots of at-bats by the Devil Dogs. Ball 1 upstairs. That one's definitely high for ball 2. Whatever that was, Jordan didn't think she liked their arm swing there on that particular pitch.
You know, Cole, we are struggling a little bit, but if you'll remember last year, we did the same thing. You know, it took us several games to get going, to get in a groove, and it just seems to be happening this as well.
There's another pop-up out behind third base. Farmer is chasing it in a circle, finally circles back to it. Out 3. Thank goodness she makes the play, and the Eagles get out of it with very little harm for as, I guess, poorly as it started, we should say.
Yeah, Jordan come in, and she come in through strikes and made them put it in play, and did a good job. Made some good plays behind her right there. So it's good to get the freshman in some innings, get some experience. Great job for her.
So the Eagles go to the top of the 7th. They trail by 6 runs here. I don't even know who's due up for us, to be honest with you.
I think right now you just need to look at just get on base.
That's what I was going to say.
That's all you got to do, get on base.
Whoever it is, pass the stick is what Alan likes to say.
He does like to say, leave it in the attic and pass the stick is the 2 famous phrases from the Alan Wade.
Oh, me. Alan, if you're still watching, we miss you.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans really do.
Yeah. So who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Is it Faith? Is Faith going to lead it off for us? Marley Hinesley to lead off for the Eagles.
This guy's better prepared than we are, Corey.
He is. He has a scorebook down there. We ran in at the last minute and just started slinging wires and cameras and get out of our way.
Let's just start asking him questions.
We probably should. Maybe we should just pop him in over here and we can sit and watch. The Morrilton Devil Dog radio broadcaster, more prepared than the Eagle live stream broadcasters are today.
And there's only one of him.
So Hinesley will indeed lead it off for the Eagles, looking to put some runs up here in the top of the 7th. They're going to need 6 to stay in the game to see the bottom of the 7th. It's going to be Hinesley, Faith Johnson, and then we'll see who comes out of the dugout next. Could be a situation where Coach Sullivan decides may want to pinch hit. I really don't know who's coming up. Pop up by Hinesley. Little miscommunication out there on the right side. The second baseman finally over there to make the catch for out 1.
Looks like they've made the adjustment, Corey, as far as with the wind. You know, that they've had the last couple of innings. They haven't dropped anything. They've adjusted well.
Yeah, flag standing on its end out there again. So good job by the Devil Dog second baseman to come over there and make the play. Faith Johnson, the left fielder, up to the plate now. Swing and a sharply hit ball out to center. Center fielder is making chase. She's unable to make the play. Give her a double on that. She's going to try to stretch it into 3 and does on the overthrow. Woo! Stick that foot, Faith. She is able to stick the foot, not tagged, so a triple, or, well, a double, and give her third base on the overthrow on the cutoff there.
Faith had a good night, Corey.
Faith has had a good night. I believe that puts her at 2 for 4 on the night.
I believe so.
And it looks like
Kenna Beatty.
Beatty is going to be the pinch hitter. She's going to be on batting in Tori's spot here. Tori Wilbanks, originally in the lineup as the designated player, now in at the pitcher's position, and Beatty's going to pinch hit for her. Umpire says no pitch. He wasn't ready. Didn't have his mask on. That is usually a requirement if you're going to squat down behind the catcher. So Keaton to deliver. Beatty swings at the first pitch. It's a little nubber, and Keaton makes a good play going backwards out of the circle because if that ball gets down, Beatty's going to be safe. There's no doubt about it. So it's going to be Jordan Alexander, freshman center fielder, up to the plate. She's got a couple of base hits earlier in the night. We need one right here in a bad way. Swing and a pop up, and if they
It's trouble. Nice
it's
play.
going to be the end of the game there, Kobe, as third baseman comes over and makes the catch on the pop up, and the Devil Dogs down the Eagles 13-7 here in game one, and the Eagles are going to need to go out, talk it over, and shake this one off and regroup, because stunned to lose the first conference game of the season here to the Devil Dogs. I've watched us play for 2-4. This will be the 7th game I've seen the Devil Dogs and the Eagles play in Callie's career, and they've never been close to beating us before. So,
well, they've got a good team.
They do, definitely.
They've got a young pitcher that showed a lot of poise tonight. She plays the ball well, but still yet, Corey, we scored 7 runs. We had multiple hits. We've got to eliminate some walks. We've got to eliminate some errors. We've got to do a lot of things defensively, but the only thing you can do at this point is just say next. That's all you can say.
Absolutely.
It's over, and
Absolutely.
you can learn from it. And they're going to get a tongue lashing, and they've got to. You'll find out what they're made of this next game, because it's cold. The conditions are terrible. It's going to be a late night, but still, yet you got to have some pride and suck it up, get after it.
Absolutely. Kudos to the Morrilton players to put a lot of runs up on the board, put a lot of hits in play, overcome their own defensive miscues with the wind and whatnot, and down in the Eagles again by the score of 13-7 here in the first game. We're going to take a bit of a break. I don't know how long they're going to break in between the games. It's usually 15 or 20 minutes anyway, so we're going to break, shut this broadcast down, and we'll reboot for the second game here a few minutes before the first pitch. Kobe, appreciate you helping me out. You going to stick with me for game number 2?
I'm here, man.
Oh, I love it.
The
All
money's
right.
too good.
Kobe Kelly and Corey Erie out on the first game. Morrilton and Vilonia will be back in just a bit for game number 2.